Good there. Jay Bala of cashthechaos.com joins in now to give us his view on the index and how things are shaping up. Jay, welcome to the show. Happy Diwali to you. It's been a cracker Diwali for the bulls for sure. We're not too far away from all-time highs. What is the sense you're getting about the market? Do you think the uptrend could continue? And what are the levels to watch?
Thanks for having me on the show, Sonia. Happy Diwali to you and the rest of the team. I think as long as the Nifty can stay above 17,428, the uptrend could continue. But if 17,428 were to break, I think we could see at least a short-term visit to 17K for the market. The key for the market is going to be two factors. One is a local one, and one is an international one. The local one is obviously the banks. There is a good strength in ICICI, Axis from the private sector names, and also one or two names in the public sector. Although the public sector banks have been doing pretty well, they're coming close to an end point here. They have not turned, but they're coming close to an end point. But if the banking index were to continue, that can propel Nifty beyond the September highs. That's about 18,100. So as long as the index can stay above 17,428 and banking stocks stay strong, I think the short-term trend is higher.
Right, Jay, one of the indices which was at a fresh high before seeing a bit of a correction is the FMCG space. Sonia alluded to a bunch of stocks which were under pressure. Now the street believes that fundamentally, the second half margins may not expand as much as one is penciling in, because these companies will have to go ahead and spend more on advertising. But, chartically speaking, these stocks had done extremely well over the last 12 months. Where do you see that index, and do you have any stocks in particular in the FMCG pack which you're tracking?
Yeah, thanks for asking the question, Mangalam. We've been discussing this for the past few weeks. The Nifty FMCG index, if it were to break 42,500, I think that's a turn for the sector. But ITC, as I've been pointing out, it's still not completed its move. In the short term, if ITC were to clock one more high without clocking 339, that will mean the one more high needs to be above 353. If that were to happen, there is a great potential for all the stocks within the sector to turn down. But ITC is the strongest there. It's still not turned down, and it's still not completed the short-term move. But watch out for 42,500 on the sector. If that were to happen, there is an exhaustion in the sector, and there's already momentum exhaustion within the sector. So 42,400 is going to bring in a lot of profit booking. But until that point, you can stay on the edges, continue to remain long. Only below 42,500, it turns negative.
Hi, Jay. The markets will want the Nifty Bank to go to 42,500. The Nifty will go dancing away then to around 18,000. What's your view on the Nifty Bank? That's clearly the sector which is seeing a lot of attention. There's a consensus buy trade, and fundamentals as well are looking up. Any view on the index? Where is it headed? And also, if you have a view on select banks.
Yeah. See, the resistance for the banking index comes at about 41,850 and 42,300. Surprisingly, there is relative weakness in HDFC Bank. And HDFC Bank, if it were to turn below 1385 or 1365, I don't recall exactly, I think it's 1365. As long as the stock stays below or above that level, it's bullish. But if it were to turn below 1365, it's quite bearish for the whole sector. And SBI is coming to an end of a move, but it's not the end of. We need a one-day reversal to say that will happen. So if these were to happen, then that will bring the banking sector down. Until that point, ICICI has one more highs to come through, probably going to clock somewhere close to 950 to 960. So it's a bit of cross currents out there. So let the market resolve. Until that point, assume the short-term trend is still up, but from a medium-term perspective, it's coming to an important resistance here.
Okay, so there is some pressure that's seeping into the market now. The Nifty is down about 50 odd points, nothing alarming, just within that range itself, but giving up on the 17,700 mark. Jay, what we've noticed in the month of October is that there's been a rally in technology stocks. So HCL Tech, Infosys, Tech Mahindra are all up anywhere between 8 to 10%. Do you think the worst is over in terms of the tech fall, and how are the charts looking here?
Now, I've been wanting to turn bullish on the Nifty IT sector for quite some time now. I've been eyeing the 25,000 zone since January, and I've been predicting that correction for this sector here. But the low that the sector registered in September is not a convincing low for me. But I would still believe that there's at least a short-term bullish potential for the sector to rally somewhere close to 31,000. The main strength comes from outside the frontline names in the IT space. I like Persistent, Coforge, and Sasken from that space. But I'll watch what the market does around 31K and decide what to do for the medium term beyond that. But from a short-term perspective, I think it's slightly bullish, but stay bullish on the non-frontline names, like I mentioned before.
All right, as we speak, Jay, a bunch of these stocks are surging away. We have Railtel, which is up at the high point. We have RVNL, which is doing well. We had a lot of market experts actually bet on the railway theme going forward. Ramesh Damani himself spoke about it. And as we speak, we also have a lot of these defense names doing well. Bharat Dynamics is at the high point, and so is Hindustan Aeronautics. Do you have any of these mid-caps on your radar, the ones which have moved from the defense pack and the ones which are likely to move perhaps from the rail pack?
More than the rail pack, I think it's the entire logistics sector that's gaining some traction. If you look at something like Shreyas Shipping and even Shipping Corporation of India, there is some price action suggesting that the entire logistics sector could be getting some movement out here. But I wouldn't be too bullish at current levels because they have moved up quite a bit. So I don't have specific picks within this space, but generally I think if one shipping corporation were to cross 126, I think it's going to bring much more upsides to it. So there are some specific trades out there, but not from a medium-term perspective, just for a short-term perspective.
All right, Jay, thanks so much for stopping by and giving us your view. Wishing you, good festive season, and look forward to chatting up with you on next Tuesday. Well, for the time being, quick check on the markets. We have slipped a little bit. We have slipped to the low point of the day, actually, and a couple of these larger names, I think, have moved lower. Not too much in terms of weightage, but HDFC Life has slipped a little. Asian Paints has moved a little bit low. I think ICICI Bank, that's moved into the red. So that one's putting some pressure. And the Nifty Bank is down close to around 100 points odd. That's putting some bit of pressure. Also from the broader market, I just want to highlight one stock. There's a large trade that's taken place on Punjab Alkalis. And if I take a look at the total equity that's changed hands out there, that's close to around 4%. So just keep an eye out, close to around 5%, 4 to 5% equity has changed hands. I'm not sure about the parties, but that's clearly a large trade with a big volume spike in the last 2 to around 3 minutes, Sonia. So I just thought we'll highlight that for our viewers.
Okay, and even for the market, right, overall,